Empty platitudes, this is Told Someone. First question, of course, is from Canadian Atheist. What happens when you finally get it right? Will there be a party? Will it be BYOB? Well, of course, if I actually get it right, there, that might be worth having a party. But I haven't had a party in a long time, and I don't even know what. And as far as BYOB, I mean, I don't even know what B stands for, or the other B. I think I know what YO stands for, but not the B's. Next question, of course, is from Jonathan Stern. Why do they always come out with monster cereals when I'm trying to lose weight? Well, if it's America, you know, with all the cereals that are basically whoops all marshmallows, I think it's because you're always trying to lose weight, and they're always bringing out the monster cereals, which are mostly made of marshmallows for some reason, because it's America. We don't have that here. We've got cereals that are mostly sugar, but that's not all of them. Like, it's either all sugar or it's all, what's the other thing? Cardboard. And there's one that's cardboard with sugar added. Lots of sugar. It's like mostly sugar, but it's got a cardboard base. And I think the British came up with that one. I mean, you know, it's better than the old days when cornflakes were meant to. They were invented to stop you, you know, from, you know, doing, you know, the self-pleasure. Which, I mean, I think if you're eating them, you're doing it wrong. What you're supposed to do is wet one under the end, you know, you're supposed to put them in there, and that'll stop you from doing it for like 15 or 20 minutes. It'll stop you wanting to do it at all until, yeah. Don't ask me how I know. Don't ask me how I know. Next question, of course, is from Endocron. I have the song of the Titanic, from the Titanic, the first time in years today, and then you mentioned it. Are you psychic? Well, I don't know. I don't know whether I'm psychic. All I know is this. If you know what I said then, just then, when I was doing this, that means I'm psychic. If you don't, that means no. Next question, of course, is from Sandy Campbell, F9U. What? Oh no, yeah, Matthew Yabsley first. Dear DT, do you think we should start a petition to bring back Snowwalker 1? It's been a while. It's been a while. Is that a metric or imperial Y? It's a metric Y, which means 8 years. And I don't know what we could start up a petition to bring back Snowwalker 1, but I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's doing now. All I know is that he's disappeared into the wilderness of Maine, possibly looking for Bigfoot. I don't know. I mean, I did a sitcom with Bigfoot. I mean, you know, I think it got dozens of views, but sometimes you just gotta. It's not so much about looking for Bigfoot as finding yourself. And maybe if he finds himself, he might be a cryptid. But no. The thing is that the days of Snowwalker 1 and Oldest Fella having their battles with pandas and robots and computer-generated, laser-guided flying robot whales, they're gone. Because today it was a simpler time then, when YouTubers were not professional. I mean, when we were just standing in front of cameras, yelling in parks and outside or in the basement, whispering or whatever. But these days, no, we've always got to. Well, there's still some of us out there, but we're being drowned out by people with budgets and plans and I don't think that time of YouTube is coming back without doing things like becoming overtly political or whatever. And how can I do that and while remaining light and funny? I don't know how to do that. I scarcely know how to be funny. Oh, well, maybe the next question will help me. Maybe I can be funny on the next question. That's all. I can't. I'm just being too wistful. Sandy Campbell F9U still asks question for the day. Do you have a message for love and support for the activists of the flotilla who have been illegally detained by the Israeli occupation force? I don't think I'm able to make a joke here. Well, I don't know what I can say. I honestly don't. I've done about 20 takes of this so far, and I've had a week to think about it, and I just haven't been able to say anything that doesn't sound trite and tone deaf. I simply can't. What the Palestinians have been through over the last 70 years, not just the last two, has been basically unforgivable. They have had their homes stolen, and their children have been killed, and they've been, and first any resources that have been provided to them have been severely restricted, and now they're just being starved, and yet we called them, even in the 70s we called them terrorists because they were just defending themselves. No, I mean what are they supposed to do? They can't just sit back while everything is taken from them. They're going to defend themselves. Do they have the right to defend themselves? And the Israelis, I mean Jewish people have been, especially in the years immediately preceding 1947, when they took over. In the immediate years before then, they went through the Holocaust, and then they go on and do it to somebody else. I mean, where does it end? When does it end? I mean, if they just keep on going until the last Palestinian dies, do they think they're safe? Because they're surrounded by people who are fearful of their own safety. Jordan and Syria and especially Lebanon, they've all been affected by all this. And you think they're going to think they're safe after this? And Israel, they're surrounded by enemies now. They're absolutely surrounded by enemies. You just can't stop when you're doing this. It just can't stop. There won't be an end. As long as they're trying to dominate everything and everyone in the area. And I just don't know how, I don't know what I can say and what I can do to actually fix things at all. Nothing's, as far as I know, nothing can stop this as long as the Israelis keep going like they're going right now. That's it for someone this week. I'm going to hold off. I won't do a dovetail question this week. I'm just going to... it's just got too heavy for that this week. So I'm just going to leave that for next week. I'll be back to normal next week. So just leave your questions in the question asking place below, and I'm dangerously talented. I don't have a cool sign off.